got some positive news here, folks. This is pretty cool. So, breaking news. This is yesterday. Supreme Court Minister Edson Fashion has annulled all charges from the Lava Jato Task Force in Curitiba against former President Lula. He is now free to run for office after being barred in 2018, which opened the door for Bolsonaro. So, for those of you that don't know, there's a freak show motherfucker in charge of Brazil right now. And the only reason why that motherfucker became president was because basically he was losing in the polls like 3-1 against this guy, Lula, who's pretty cool, right? He was losing like 3-1. The guy was getting steamrolled in the polls. So what they had the brilliant idea of doing was they decided, all right, so we're going to conspire with a judge and a prosecutor in the legal system, right? And this criminal investigation organization, right? We're going to conspire to make up a bunch of fake charges against Lula. Doesn't matter if they stick. All that matters is that we make sure he can't run for president in 2018. And that's what happened. And then Bolsonaro won. And then he started like fucking killing like kids in schools. There's like, he starts like, like the coronavirus is a disaster. He burns down the rainforest. The guy's a total freak shows, right? The guy like is connected to a hit squad that killed a city councilwoman, right? This guy's crazy, Bolsonaro. Right? But now, Lula can come back and maybe he'll win the election in 2022. We'll see. I don't know. But this is great news. And I don't, know that much about Brazil. But it's pretty cool. And, again, you gotta, like, understand, the more fascist leaders there are in the world, the more, like, there's a total power structure. Right? So when you've got, like, people like Lula, when you've got, like, people like Modi and Trump and, like, let's throw, like, Boris Johnson in there. He's kind of a goofball, but he's adjacent, right? You see, like, when you start building these axes, right, they become more powerful, more emboldened, they have more opportunities, right? So it does affect everywhere when a leader, especially in Brazil, which is an extremely large country that again houses a significant portion of the Amazon rainforest. So it's extremely important stuff that we make sure that they're okay, because everyone should be okay. But yeah, Bolsonaro is fucking crazy, dude. That guy is nuts. Oh, I should tell this story, actually. Bolsonaro came to D.C. I believe in 2019. This is when he met with the CIA before he met with Donald Trump. So he came to D.C. and then immediately met with the CIA. So I was at a demonstration in D.C. There was an anti-Bolsonaro protest. And so for whatever reason, this protest was scheduled like an hour before Bolsonaro arrived, and then everyone went home. I don't know, like, everyone sends a couple people. I don't know. There's a lot of, like, protests in D.C. that are, like, college groups trying to get, like, fucking photo ops or something. And then they all go home before any action happens. But anyway, so they all went home, sans, like, maybe a handful of people, including myself. And so when Bolsonaro was doing his little, like, motorcade pull-in, right, this motherfucker was, like, looking out the window, right? I rushed to the front of the crowd and gave him the double middle fingers, and then boom, eye contact. So I just want to say, I personally have interacted with the president of Brazil. Guy's a fucker. I flipped him off with the double, not the single. I was thinking, I could maybe squeeze ahead and get the single in there, but nope, I decided to break through the crowd, get the double, and so I gave him the double. And that was my interaction with Bolsonaro. Got his ass. I got him, dude. Destroyed.